But I wanted to ask you about an incident that happened over the weekend with someone who we've heaped nothing but praise on over the last several months is Mercedes Mone. Mercedes Mone was in her New Japan Strong Women's Championship match against Willow. One of them was going to be the first ever New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Women's Champion. I think I got the name of the title correct. And she went up top. Her and Mercedes and Willow went up top. Looked like Mercedes was going to do the move that she likes to do, called the Code Red, kind of a sunset flip maneuver off the top rope. Couldn't really tell what happened. I don't know if she lost her balance or just didn't get her foot in the right position. Falls down from the top to the floor, broke her ankle, and then they go into the finish of the match. It looks like Willow hits her with a power bomb. 1, 2. The referee hesitates because he's like, I don't think I'm supposed to count to 3 here. Doesn't count to 3. Then they do the same spot again. Referee counts to 3 this time, and Willow wins the match. I don't know if you got a chance to see the injury. Did you see the injury take place?
No, I read about it.
I know you don't like seeing stuff like that.
No. I mean, I just didn't see it. No images came up when I was reading it. I thought it was gonna, scroll down a video would, pop up or something, but it never did. So I never got a chance to see the injury. But reading about it, just like you said, it just seemed like a freak accident. Something happened and boom. And then having to switch gears like that, I give her a lot of credit being able to get back in the ring and take somebody's finisher just for the sake of the business. That right there was, I give her big props for that because I know what I would have did. I laid my ass right there on the floor, threw the X up. You know what I mean?
Somebody come to the ring.
So I give her big props for being able to do that right there, working on the fly. But hey, man, stuff like that happens. It's not a matter of if something like that is going to happen. It's a matter of when, especially the way these young guys do it today. These young girls, they go out there and they do stuff. I was listening to Stone Cold Steve Austin. He was saying the attitude era. And now when he looked back at it, it looked like it was in slow motion. And that's true. That's 100% true, because these young guys today, they are so over the top. They can do just about anything, and they are willing to push themselves just about as far as they possibly can go. So I'm not surprised or anything like that. Just bad timing for Monet, because she's right now the talk of the town. Everybody's talking about Monet, and then you get a broken ankle. That's your wheel right there. That's your base. Yeah. You have to take some time off. You're going to have to stay off of it in order for it to heal. So I'm sure she's going to be looking at 3 to 6 months easy time off.
Yeah, it did suck because I don't know this. I have no inside scoop. I just have, logic. I would think that New Japan wanted her to be the first strong women's champion. It probably made more sense than Willow. No disrespect to Willow either. But I just think that was kind of the direction they were going with. And you could almost tell by the finish that was what they were trying to go for. And it always sucks when something like that uproots your plans. But like you said, injuries happen all the time. But I was going to ask you, have you ever been in a match where an injury occurs that changes the finish?
Oh, man. No, I mean, I was in a match that could have changed the finish. I was the United States champion. I'm working Benoit on television, and I'm working Christian on the house show. And Christian gave me a hip toss, and he just didn't give it to me, like I wouldn't say like with a full force. I like taking it, like really taking it. He just kind of like gave it to me, like labored a little bit, and I didn't get over it properly. And when I landed, I just heard something pop, and it was my groin. And it felt like somebody had a hot knife and just stuck right in my groin area. Literally, it hurt so bad. I went to get up, and it hurt so bad. I just laid back down in the middle of the ring and I started laughing. I go, that go to best of 7. It's over. That's what I'm saying in the middle of the ring to myself, And then I said, "Cover me, bro." And he goes, "I can't cover you. You're the champ." I said, "Cover me, bro." He said, "I can't cover you." And then Nick Patrick was the referee, and he told me to roll out of the ring. I rolled out of the ring, and Nick Patrick counted me out. And but it could have changed the finish, and Matt Hardy could have been the champ.
Wow, look at that! What could have been? We could have had a different history book than we did. Yeah. I always wonder that because most of the time you always hear, even if an injury occurs, you try to figure out how to get to the finish. I mean, think about, I guess, probably the most famous one or infamous one of all time is when Austin got the pile driver from Owen, and they just went to the worst looking schoolboy of all time, right, for Owen. And
you know what I think, even though that one right there was huge, I still got to give the biggest one to Hunter.
The quad.
God dang it, man. Ooh. I don't know how he finished that, man. I don't know how. I don't know how. I do not know how he finished that. I give Hunter that spot right there, that number one spot as far as being able to suck it up and through adversity and finish that thing, man. That dude, man, that's why people don't understand why, I look at Hunter and I give him a lot of respect because I was on the other side in WCW watching a lot of this stuff that this guy was doing. And I saw him putting his body on the line every week. I saw him putting that company on his back and really trying to take it to the next level by pushing everybody talent, to the next level. And when I saw that, I went, wow, you know what I mean? Because I know what I think I know what I would have done. And that was
pull up the X. Somebody get out. Somebody get out here now. No. But Hunter doing that, man, and at the time, like, okay, when you're comparing the two, not they're all full injuries. Yeah. You think the neck is one thing. At the time when I heard Triple H tore his quad in the match, I was like, okay, I don't really even know what that means. I don't know my kinesiology. I didn't know what the quad really was. The quadricep muscle. Yeah. And then, like, when you realize what your quad is, like, if anybody's ever like gotten, I played baseball, right?
Muscle in the leg,
right? I played baseball and I got hit by a pitch right in the quadricep muscle, and my leg was swollen for like a week, and that quad was on fire, and it's hard to get. You can't do anything.
Yeah,
like you hobble everywhere.
Yeah.
So the fact that he had the intestinal and testicular fortitude to soldier on, as it were. Man, this thing is crazy. And then, of course, the story is when Vince tore both of them at the same time in the Rumble, where he slid in.
This wasn't working.
He wasn't working.
After that, he just sat. So you can't. I wouldn't even put that one on the list.
But for him to even finish the spot, like sitting down,
he had no choice but to finish the spot. He's like, I'm not going anywhere. I might as well.
Yo, that's one of the funniest. Like, I'm glad that he's okay now, but that was one of the funniest things looking back at it. Him screaming, yelling after he tears both quad muscles.
But not just screaming, yelling, sitting there screaming, yelling. But man, we got to take another break, man. My computer's tripping.
Okay, let's take it.
You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute.